Hello and welcome to Game 2 of Bracket 1 of the White Walker deck tournament with me, Rebecca Walker, joined as always by Richard Walker.
Hi.
Hello. And on the screen then we've got the brackets for the current tournament. So just in case you haven't been following along on Facebook, basically with this tournament we had 16 decks submitted by 16 different players, 2 from each faction. And we randomly assigned one from each faction to either Bracket 1 or Bracket 2. The decks were then randomly assigned to each other for the Swiss. So for example, in the first game that we released earlier this week, we had Stark Filter versus Targ House of the Red Door. And then the decks were randomly assigned to either myself or Richard. Apologies to those that got me playing their deck in advance. I try.
You are trying.
I am, yeah, I've been told this. So we'll have each bracket playing off against each other in a knockout to the final. So you've got a final from each bracket, and then the final decks from each of those brackets will face each other in a grand finale to see which is the best deck.
Exciting.
Sounds fun, right?
Yeah.
So this game then is Greyjoy Dark Winds Dark Words by Ayrton Passam, and we've got Bara Kraken by Adamo de Rosa. That is it?
No idea.
Yeah, we'll go along. So let's just look at Greyjoy deck in more detail. So this one, the format's a little bit different than usual, just because we had so many events to discuss. But we can see here then the Dark Winds Dark Words is where if you play an event, you get to draw another card. We've got 15 events in this deck. I think that's about right for Dark Winds.
Maybe a bit short.
Yeah. How many would you put in?
18.
Okay. Have you got any idea like what other events you might put in a deck like this? Like, are there any like obvious things that you can see missing? Or?
All the cheap ones.
All the cheap ones. Maybe
Yeah.
a Tears or something.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the event. Gold Town, fine. Bloody Cup, fine. Head of the Tide, fine. Blessing with Soul, maybe a little bit niche with the lack of Drown God characters. I mean, there aren't too many Drown God characters. You've got Aaron Damphair, some Priest of the Drown God. That's maybe a bit niche. Kingsmoot, fine. Nightmare's fine. Nighttime Raid, how many? I can't remember if that's Raiders or not.
I can't remember what it does, to be honest.
Give stealth. Raiding the Bay of Ice, there's only 3 warships, so I don't think that's going to be a reliable card.
Yeah, I think you might need a few more warships if you're going to be using that one.
Yep. Risen, good. Seize the Initiative, can be situationally good.
Yeah.
Support, good. Judgment, good. Kraken, Graph. So generally the events are good.
Yeah.
I think character-wise, Ayrton looked at the bad setups and thought, well, I could use 6 1-cost characters. So you've got Advisor to the Crown in there, so that should improve the setups. I like that.
Yep.
Alanis and Asher for draw, great. Balon, you can kneel the faction card and steal your opponent's stuff, great. Not really sure where the Botley crew fit in. Not really sure on that one.
Remember what they do again?
They discard a gold from the opponent's treasury when they collect income.
Oh, okay.
Euron, always good. Gold, not a great deal of location discard.
Yeah, how much pillage is there in the deck?
Not a lot. You got the one we do not sow. You got a Night Flyer, which will trigger gold. But
You've got Asher as well to help with the pillage stuff, but
yeah,
not masses of
there's
pillage.
Euron as well. I mean, it's not bad. Even Balon pillage as well. But Hagen's Daughter, Kerwin's good, and that's important to bring up about the saves because you can only run one Risen from the Sea. So Ayrton's restricted card is Iron Mines. I like that, which means you can get away with 37 characters in a 75 card deck. Because they're likely to stick around longer than most.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got a close call just in case you do lose one of the bigs. And it's a little bit of card draw as well, I guess, with the close call. So yeah, like you say, you got ways of like saving important characters with Kerwin and the Risen and the Iron Mines.
Yeah, I don't particularly like City of Secrets plot there.
I can't even remember what that does.
I mean, both players draw 2 cards, and if you have a city plot in your youth pile, discard 2. If you don't, discard 2.
Oh, most people play at the gates though, don't they?
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the idea is you play out the gates and then maybe City of Secrets. But like I say, most decks run at the gates. So quite often you'll have that there's, a city plot already in there.
You also have rationing in there with some events that react when you win a challenge, like the Bloody Cup support the people, we do not sow. Yeah, so I don't like that. And I also don't like you win or you die, because if you play events, you're going to draw some events. If you play them, you could draw a card and then you're going to have to discard them anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not a big fan of that. But, it's a new concept here.
Yeah, I mean, Ayrton did say when he sent me the deck that, I think he was just excited to get a deck submitted, to be honest.
No. Well, at least this way we can look at it and people might give advice of how you can improve it and tweak bits. So, I mean, those are 3 plots that I might consider swapping out or changing around.
Yeah, and maybe, as we mentioned as well, the Raiding the Bay of Ice, with the lack of the warships to use with that. But we will be, at the end of the video, we'll be going through some of the good points and bad points for both decks. So we will be looking in detail there about what things we would change. You
could definitely run a superior claim in this.
Oh, yeah!
0 cost.
Paul would be so happy.
I mean, would you play a card that said 0 cost, gain 2 power if you win a power challenge by 5 and draw a card?
Not as well.
Even I would run superior claim if it said that. So I think that's a
possibility.
Cheap events are just really good in Darkwing, Dark Word.
Yeah.
You can play them, not worry too much about the goal, and then just keep filling up your hand.
Yeah, so we'll have a proper look at the end of the game, as we say, at things that we would change and things that we particularly liked during the game. But let's have a little look, though, at our Bara Kraken deck. So this was the deck that was submitted by Adamo de Rosa, and Richard is playing this deck in the game that's coming up. Should we go through?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this was a bit of a bestow deck, wasn't it?
It is, yeah.
Interesting. Don't see many of them.
No.
Do you want to run us through some of the interactions and things that you...
I can do if you prefer me to.
Yeah, because I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about.
Hey! Okay, we're looking through the deck then. It certainly seems to me like a deck that wants to win by stealth is the first thing I noticed. Saltcliffe Sailor is a card which says any character basically with a gold on them gains stealth, and can also pass out gold to non-Greyjoy characters. That means if you pay 2 for the Saltcliffe Sailor and bestow it 3, you can pass out the gold to other non-Greyjoy characters and they'll all have stealth.
I noticed as well that you've got the Unbridled Generosity. That's the one that gives people bestow, right? You put money on
character bestow, yeah.
Yeah, so it gives you extra bestow on the things like the Saltcliffe Sailor to be able to hand out the gold and therefore give more people stealth.
But not only that, cards in here with bestow naturally are also naturally going to get the stealth if a Saltcliffe Sailor's out. So even if you don't bestow the Saltcliffe Sailor, if you just play her out for 2, Begging Brother's going to get stealth, Fickle Bannerman will have stealth, Devon Seaworth will have stealth. There's so many characters here that will have stealth.
So you feel like maybe this is sort of like a get unopposed kind of deck?
I wouldn't say it's an unopposed kind of deck, but it definitely helps. Because it's got a myriad effect with Begging Brother. You've got Cancellation, you've got Fickle Bannerman, really strong, cheap power icon. Devon to go and get your Iron Throne or your Chamber of the Painted Table. So they've all got their own good effects in their own way.
Yeah.
Axel Florent is also a Neil card. Silence's Crew, big beef.
How do you feel about things like Hunting Accent and Chamber of the Painted Table? Because in a deck where you're stealthing past a lot of people, it means that there's not going to be that many people defending your challenges. So in that case, does that not mean your opponent will have more characters standing and therefore more likely to win Dom?
It's possible. It might be why it's important to have the Iron Throne. But at the same time, I would say look at the plots. So you got 2 Forced March, which is going to undoubtedly attended to nail out your opponent's board. And going with that, you have 2 Defiance in the events. So you can stand up your own characters because they haven't participated in challenges.
This is true. And
you've also got characters in the deck that kneel without participating in challenges, like Lordsport Shipwright, Maester Crescent, Muir. So those are cards which kneel for their effect, and then you can just stand them up in the challenge phase if you need them.
Using the Defiance.
That's useful. You've got 3 saving the kingdom along with at the Palace of Sorrows, so you can kneel out your opponent's big character for 2 challenge phases. So I think it's quite well thought out. You've also got the Prince Who Came Too Late, which I think is very important to go and find Robert Baratheon, because once you get him out, he's going to control the board.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that keeps people knelt, right?
He is.
So if you're kneeling out the opponent's board, it's perfect, isn't it?
And then you can stealth whatever's standing.
Who else would you get with the Prince Who Came Too Late if Bob was either dead or already out? Is there like another good... There's not really another good target, is there?
No, you just get Bob. You play it early, get Bob.
Yeah? Even if he's deaded.
Don't let him get deaded.
Don't let him get deaded. Noted. There is a close call, so if he does get deaded, then you can bring him back to life.
Yeah, there's 2 lay waste here. That's something that I'm always a bit conservative about, because I don't like lay wasting an opponent 2 or 3 cost location and then they go and get a milk from my Bob.
Yeah.
That's a bit...
I've had that happen. Not specifically for my Bob, but I have...
But then you do have here to serve, so that can fetch your Crescent to get rid of stuff. It can fetch your Kerwin if you fear Valar Morghulis, or it can fetch your Maester Muir if you've got something that you're going to need to cancel every round.
The only one thing that I am noticing here, though, is there isn't a reset.
Nope.
Risky?
Can be. Robert is essentially a reset if you're keeping your board controlled, so it's more likely that your opponent will try and reset you. And you mentioned the dead Bob earlier. There is a close call in the deck.
We literally discussed that.
No, we didn't.
We really did.
We
did.
Did we? Did we, people? Because I literally don't remember the close call.
You're a dog.
Anyway, game.
Yeah, we got our setups then. So I set up with a gold, an advisor to the crown, and an iron gate just down there in the corner. You've just got the one character. What is that character again?
Stony Shore Raider.
Stony Shore Raider.
So
I don't know why. I always think it looks a bit like a slightly evil Pocahontas or something.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Evil Pocahontas. Nice.
Evil Pocahontas.
Yeah, my setup is the Evil Pocahontas, the Red King's Road and Chamber, the Painted Table. I mean, it's not an amazing setup, but it's 4 cards and I can't complain.
Yeah, it's 4 cards, it's economy, it's control for the game, it's card draw. I think that's acceptable. I was really sad when you played at the gate. I was like, see, Chris? No.
I might have opened with...
Oh yeah, that was my hand. Look at it. Look at the state of that. There's no characters.
That can be an issue with Darkwing Dark Words when you have so many events and so many locations, which your deck does have. So I was going to say...
Sorry, go on.
I would have opened the Prince That Came Too Late for Robert. However, I've only got a King's Road and I must not have that many more chuds in hand at this point.
Yeah, I think if you'd set up with 2 characters, then I'd have been a lot more open to having the Prince That Came Too Late as the opening plot. But like you say, because
Who, you?
Yeah, like if I was playing the deck.
Oh, right.
But as you say, because there's only 1 character, it just feels a little bit risky to play Prince That Came Too Late. If you don't have, as you say, like any little chuds in hand or whatever, because you don't know that you're going to get enough characters on the board to protect your prince from being marched, for example, next round.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't know whether or not I run marched.
Well, that's it. I mean, Greyjoy could run marched. You've got 2 iron gates on the board. It's not unfeasible to think that you might want to play a high initiative plot. Although Greyjoy don't usually run march that often, I don't think. Yeah,
I think they used to sort of back in the day, but sort of becoming less common now.
What do you think to me running, fetching a King's Road?
So the fact you're running King's Roads made me feel a bit like shit is running PD, because this is the first time we're playing these decks. Part of this tournament is a bit of a pick up and play factor. It's kind of like if you're another King's Road. It's almost like driving up the car. You guys have submitted decks to us. We're getting these decks for the first time. We've not really looked at them very thoroughly and playing them.
Yeah, it's kind of just sleeve them
and played them.
Yeah, and we're not really looking at the decks as we're sleeving them, because we're both sleeving one deck at the same time, so we both get a different card. I think you got an Asher there.
That was the only other character. That was the only character in my hand.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, but a Kingsroad, that's fine.
Well, I can afford to get the Asher out.
Stop whining. You've got a great character who can draw you anything you want.
I'm not whining.
Oh, stop whining. Oh, these Greyjoy players. Jesus.
What the heck?
Oh my god. Will you give it a rest?
That's such an asshole.
And you've got an Iron Mind as well.
Yeah, I thought I'd put the Iron Mines out just because I wasn't sure if you were running a reset and I didn't want my Asher to die like so early.
So I don't expect to win a military challenge, but if I did, what would you claim?
Probably the Advisor.
Yeah, so you wouldn't worry about VD or anything like that? You wouldn't try and save with the Iron Mines?
I don't know. Maybe if I can't remember. I think I have a Risen in hand. Maybe.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, this is where I show you my hand and you're just like, what the fuck is this?
So I fetched a Kingsroad with my At the Gate because apparently I had Gates of the Moon in hand.
Ah, that makes more sense.
So I'm going to take your
What's
Kraken's
that one?
Grasp.
Ah, okay.
So my reasoning was it's probably the only event you can play this round, and the Red Priest might be gone next round.
And then, what's that? Silence's Crew?
Yeah, so have you both Kingsroads this round, just to put up some sort of board presence?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming I'm going to lose a military challenge, and I might want to play Prince Who Came Too Late.
Yep. That is a big body though. 2 bestow, that's 8 strength, right?
Correct.
So that makes it a little bit harder for me to win in military, and even if I do, you can quite easily win one on the way back.
However, I think my aim might be to trigger the red keep this round, so I might prefer to keep them for power if I can. Either way, Asher's instrumental.
Yes.
You win whichever challenge you prefer.
Yeah. I have this weird memory that I wanted to make sure you lost a power challenge so that you didn't get the red keep draw. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that seems pretty good actually. And now I'm wondering, did I actually do that, or am I just like thinking back and thinking that would be a good idea, but not actually do it? So I'm interested to see now.
In this video, we're not as tired as we were in the last video. Because in the last video or the first video we introduced of this series was actually our last game of the day, that particular day, and we were quite tired, and the decision making sort of showed that.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're a bit fresher in this one. So I've defended your intrigue challenge with the Advisor to the Crown, with the Red Priest.
Yeah.
And you've won a challenge with Arsha.
Yeah, so I did do the power. That's good. I'm pleased. So yeah, I did the power because I didn't want you to draw the 2 cards.
Unfortunately, you should have gone in with the Gold Good Brother because a location was discarded.
Yeah, but you just don't know, do you? And I quite like to sort of throw a military at you and see what you do.
Maybe you could have done that first with gold.
Yeah.
And that way he would have stood. But I mean, I think generally it's good to get gold attacking early. So if you do get a lucky pillage, you can stand him.
That's true. Yeah, something to note for future games. Use gold earlier in the challenges.
So you've actually got, despite no characters in hand, you've got a good way of drawing a lot of cards. You've got Asher on the board to draw your card. You've got the agenda with Dark Wings, Dark Words, and you also have 2 Iron Gates. You've got access to a lot of draw, and you've got City of Secrets still to be used.
Yeah,
so you'll be okay going forward.
I've done a military with gold, which you've defended with Silence's Crew. You win the challenge, it means you get to pillage, and you pillage an Alanis.
Nice, happy about that.
I wasn't. I was like, I would have loved that character.
I would have loved that character. Any character.
Yeah. You are sort of debating whether or not to do the military. It makes sense you to do the military because although you'll win Dom if you keep her standing, you'll get like 2 gold. Because you'll get, sorry, not 2 gold, 2 power. You get 1 for Dom, 1 for the chamber.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do the military now, you'll get the power for the unopposed, but you get to possibly kill someone.
If I was running VD, I think I'd do the military, right? Because you probably kill off the Chud if you don't Iron Mind, and then my VD is more powerful. But I don't have VD, and of course I must remember that you have Rhythm from the Sea as well.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been that you wanted to just get rid of that Rhythm from my hand. You might have been trying to get me to play it out, knowing that I most likely have Valar Morghulis.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So
that seemed like a good play, right?
Yeah. And in my head, I wanted to play the Risen because I didn't want to leave 2 bigs on the board just in case he did have VD or marched. And I also thought playing the Risen meant that I would be able to draw a card and actually trigger my agenda.
Yeah, different places itself. That's good.
Yeah. Although I think I may have forgotten that there's only one of each event in the deck and be like, yeah, I'll draw more.
You're such a dork.
I've never played this agenda before. Literally had to do a naughty print off the internet jobby.
That's not naughty, that's recommended.
Is it?
Yeah. You're not going to buy the bin pack, are you?
Yeah, that's true.
Full of bullshit cards.
It's not like FFG abandoned us or anything.
Wankers. Anyhow, you know what? They'll be back, cap in hand. You wait, as soon as George Martin releases the next book in 2036, they'll be back. Oh yeah, next chapter pack out.
He won't be alive in 2036.
Who knows?
He's too busy having a good time.
I think he's going to get cryogenically frozen for the next 10 years.
Until he remembers what he's meant to be writing.
The print that came too late.
Yeah,
is played.
I didn't know how to play. I don't really know why I went rationing. I think because it was... You know what, I don't actually know. I don't know why I played rationing. I think I didn't want to give you cards after I'd tried to avoid giving you cards with the power challenge. Something with rationing. I've played Ahead of the Tide.
That draws you 2 cards because you get one for the effect of the card and you get one for Dark Wings, Dark Words.
That's what I thought. I'm a little bit short of characters, as we've been seeing. So I think I just wanted to try and draw as many cards as I could.
I played the print that came too late. I have Gates of the Moon, but I also have a King's Road in hand that we saw me draw last time.
Yep. Yeah, so you've got you'll get 3 gold, and then you've got that extra King's Road, as you say. So you'd be able to marshal a character if you want to.
Yeah, I think I might. I don't think it. I mean, what would I spend the money on?
I found another Alanis.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah. What are you going to play? Sea Tower, the next thing. There you
go.
I'm going to say, every time someone marshals an Alanis, it's always followed up with the Sea Tower.
But that gives me more options on what I want to marshal next.
It does.
So I've knelt the Sea Tower, and looks like I'm just debating. Did I manage to draw any more characters, or am I going for locations instead now?
Well, you tell me, you played it.
Characters.
Okay.
And then spending a gold on a third Iron Mines? No, second Iron Mines. Okay. So I guess I must have got a couple of characters then with the last sort of set of draw.
To be fair, you have drawn a lot of cards.
Yeah.
You've triggered Asher. You drew a card from Rhythm from the Sea. You had your regular draw. You had a card from Ahead of the Tide. You had a card from Dark Wing from playing Ahead of the Tide. So you've had 6 cards since.
Did you mention the
and
Alanis? Yeah. Yeah, and then you played out the shipwright, and I was like, yeah, I already know my location.
So I didn't bother using my Kingwood.
Nope.
Save that for the next round. Don't need to use it now. Got enough of a board. Even if something dies, I'm going to bring on Robert.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, I don't know whether I should have maybe kept the drowned. What's it called? Drowned Priest?
Yeah.
Is that the name? Drowned Priest?
Priest of the Drowned God.
Oh, that's it. Priest of the Drowned God. I don't know if maybe I should have kept that in hand. If I was short on characters, I might want to kept characters in hand just in case I do decide to reset.
Yeah.
I didn't know what your deck did, so I didn't know what you were going to go and grab.
Some of these decks are hard to predict.
They waste.
Yeah, I decided to chump block it with the shipwright because you've got a power for me to steal already. I'm probably going to kill the shipwright to claim, so just nail it. It's only got the one icon, it can't participate in anything else.
Seems fair.
Power, I definitely want my red keep, so I'm going to defend for 10, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I should have gone in with Asher here and stealthed past Silence's crew. Anything to stop you from getting those extra card draw triggers from the Red Keep, I think would have been good.
I agree.
So I think I made a little bit of a mistake there. And you discarded my Victarion, which was somewhat annoying.
Banter. That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah, I feel like I play these challenges in the wrong order. I've gone with both of them for the military because then I was like, yeah, maybe I'll pillage something. I'll pillage a location. I don't think it would have been that important.
One thing I had in my mind during this game, which I've never really considered before, is I'm playing Kingsroad and Forced March against Gold Good Brother. So if I play Forced March and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to kneel Gold because that means you can't use your Kingsroad.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I thought about that a few times, but well, I'm going to have to use my Kingsroad up. So I can't Forced March next round.
No locations. Boo.
So it looks like I can win an intrigue challenge, which is probably my priority. I can win a military too.
Yeah?
I don't think I have many reactions to winning challenges, so your plot isn't going to affect me, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I played it this early because I figured you probably didn't have many things that would actually react. And I thought I'd play it while I didn't have anything in hand myself that reacts.
That makes sense. So I wonder what you got with Asher. I think you'll agree with me, viewers, when you say, why aren't these stupid players showing us what card they're drawing? They know how reliant we are on them.
Sometimes I don't like showing what I've drawn in case people think it's a bad decision. They judge me.
Wow.
Is that really lame?
I don't show them if I draw Winter is Coming that I'm then going to pretend to not play, so I can't claim your board.
Hey, what are you on about?
Nothing. Ow!
Dick.
You hit me.
Yeah, I did.
I'm drawing cards from the Red Keep.
Boo. Yeah, I think I could have played that round a bit better.
I mean, it definitely highlights the importance of A, getting repetitions with the deck so you can play it perfectly, and B, I think we haven't played competitively in 4 months since Worlds.
Yeah.
We haven't played in a, more than a 3-round tournament, I don't think.
I think, in fact, Worlds was the last actual tournament we went to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the last one?
And I think it shows that our decision making is slower, our lines of play are a little bit more blurred, and it's not quite, we're not quite on the game like we normally might be.
Richard getting in his excuses early, I see.
No, I'm giving you an excuse early.
Sure.
When I inevitably win. And of course, baby brain.
Yeah, we'll go with that, baby brain.
Rebecca got a brain size of a baby, so that's an issue.
Hey!
No, I didn't mean a brain the size of a baby.
Well, actually,
a brain the size of a baby brain.
Now who's got baby brain? You got like dad baby brain.
Anyway, Robert Baratheon's on the board.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point out at this point, I was thinking, Bob, he's going to be really fucking annoying. I know, I'll Valar, and I've got 2 Iron Mines. I can just save Asher and Alanis. You little shit, play here to serve, win initiative. So what are you going to go and get?
Maester Kerwin.
Maester fucking Kerwin.
Because I print that came too late for Robert, so of course I'm going to play here to serve to get Maester Kerwin.
Oh, I was so sad when you played that. I was feeling so proud of myself. I was like, yeah, fucking got him. Gonna Valar. Gonna kill his Bob. He's gonna be totally screwed. And you're just like, Kerwin. Here to serve.
Look how stressed you are. Your hands making that little stressed motion.
I know. I was like, shit, what do I do now? So yeah, that was a bit depressing.
I like how you put your hand down there, like slap.
It wasn't that dramatic.
Asher saved.
Saving Asher.
You gonna save anyone else?
I think I save Alanis because she draws me cards.
Yeah, I probably would do the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah. I do get my Kraken's grass back.
It's true. But I'm first. So I need some claim soak on the board. I've been drawing cards. So this is where the power challenge in the last round, if you'd have won that, I would be on 2 fewer cards, and that might affect my ability to repopulate.
Yeah.
We don't know, because I can't remember. But, yeah, that's possible. It is likely I'm going to have at least a character. I've got money to afford it with King's Road.
Yeah, you got a King's Road. You got like what, 5 gold there?
Yeah.
So you can afford to play out a couple of characters if you want to, which I would probably recommend. But now you know that my reset's gone, you can marshal relatively comfortably.
I can just shit out characters to the board.
I might have another reset. You never know.
That is true. Although I don't think it'd be VD. So,
No.
So it'd either be Wildfire, maybe First Snow. So I've decided not to bestow the Fickle Bannerman, mainly because I have a Saltcliffe Sailor who can basically bestow for him. So I think that's nice. And with 2 bestow there, I can give my whole board stuff.
Yeah, this is true. And if you manage to find that unbridled generosity, then you can always whack a bit more on her.
Whack a bit more on her, yeah. Whack a bit more on.
And you don't have to worry about claim soak this turn at least as well, because I have 0 claim.
Yes, I think I'm in a good position here actually. I've got a lot of stealth, and I've got Robert who's going to just be more and more impactful as the rounds go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that here to serve into my Valor was very important. So I think that's very well played on your behalf. Well done. So yeah, I can compliment.
And I'm going to take it like a jackass. Oh yeah. Well, what more did you expect? Come on, I'm not a Dumbo. Oh
dear. I don't know. I mean, the way you sort of run around the house flapping your ears trying to fly, you could be a bit of a Dumbo.
That is true. And the way I finish in not even in the top 100 at World indicate that I'm not really a very good player.
Alright, melee champ. So, challenges phase. Say again.
I hate that.
I know, it's great now though, because whenever you complain about being, I'm not that good, I'll be like, you're a world champion. And there's nothing really you can say about that.
Yeah, but we're semi-retired.
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 You do realise that you're literally on screen playing right now.
We're living in our summer house in the Grand Canaria.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So you've marshalled a little Theon.
You've bestowed all your characters.
Yeah, and what? So what past challenges it seemed?
Yeah, which I thought was weird. At this point, I was like, oh, I'll do a power, and then you won't be able to defend with anyone, and then you'll lose the power. And then he was like, oh shit, the Saltcliffe Sailor can defend, and because of the red keep, that'll boost you to win it. And I was like, well, that's bloody crap.
Yeah, this is why I didn't do any challenges, because I wanted to ensure my red keep triggered, and I get 2 cards this round. And also, I figured if you don't do any challenges, well, that's also fine, because I'll win Dom, and I'll get Chamber.
I think I win Dom, don't I?
What? I've got 1. All right, 11.
I've
Oh, you've got gold. Yeah. Well, doesn't really matter.
So that was a really exciting round when neither of us did anything. Because there's no point me doing any challenges because I have no claim.
Hey, you got a power for Dom. I got 2 cards. I think I win that round. I only got this 3rd Iron Mine. What?
Yeah? And what? What you can do about it, mate?
Not playing many events, are you, love?
No. No, I'm not, am I?
Mind you, 15 events in the day. I do think he's on the lighter side.
I'm pretty sure that I've had a Raiding the Bay of Ice in my hand since turn 1 as well.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, that was the thing we were saying about Raiding the Bay of Ice.
Yeah, if you don't have warships out, it's just been in my hand not really doing much.
Close call, bloody hell. So you decided not to know your characters and challenges, so I'm going to help you out a bit.
Thanks, Han. I thought I'd like to draw a card and find something useful. And I don't know how many gold there are on the deck because I didn't check. So maybe I'll save my gold. Maybe I'll draw another one.
There is another one in the deck, so...
Yeah, how many were there? Was there 2? That's a really random number of characters.
Is it though? Is it random?
Yeah, I remember you saying to me before that, like, if it's unique, it should either be a 1 of or a 3 of.
That kind of mitigated a little bit by running close call. Because even if it's a 2 of, it's not really a dead draw if you can bring that character back to life.
You just drew another evil Pocahontas and a hunting accident.
Oh, yes.
At least I think it was hunting accident.
So hunting accident, I think, is a really good card in the forced march builds. And with that Robert, because depending on what your opponent plays, you're going to either keep big characters now or smaller characters now, and rarely locations, but either big or small characters. So if you marshal 2 small characters now, what I might do is keep all the Chuds and Nelt and hunting accident, Asher for example. What I'd prefer to do is keep all the big characters now, so all my little one can stand up, and then I put hunting accident on your little character. So you played out your one, which is exactly what I want. So that way I can just keep 5 and higher characters now, and I can put hunting accident on Theon, which means my board will stand up and none of yours will.
Seems good.
Yeah, and the fact that you've got a dupe on Theon is just even more pleasing.
Yeah, I figured I might as well dupe them up because I've not got a way of getting the characters off the board. And if we get back around to the plots again and there's a Valor, then at least I've got saves.
True.
Things I've used 2 of my own mines.
You've got plenty of draw generally in your deck, so you should be able to refill the hand.
Shadows.
Ooh, spicy.
Oh god. Yep, so as he said, hunting accident on Theon. And now if I do challenges with my bigs, it just means that bigs aren't standing.
So 3 gold, card and shadow, smells like a priestess. Which is perfect for dealing with that Euron.
That's sad.
Yeah,
I was like, what locations he got in there?
You can't smell the danger.
3 King's Roads.
3 Kings Road, Blackwater Bay.
What does it even do again?
You kneel to draw cards at the reaction at the beginning of the challenge phase, and you can draw X card, X is the number of kneeling characters your opponent controls.
Maybe you should have played that out. You were getting
You
loads.
pillaged it.
Okay, I'll let you off then.
But it seems like you don't smell the danger of the priestess.
I think it was more a case of I don't really know what to do.
Well, kneel down, Euron.
Yeah, that's sad.
So you can win an intrigue challenge.
Yeah, let me win this intrigue challenge while you just, keep all my characters knelt. That seems good.
I guess I might well unoppose that if you do it, and then I'll get 3 challenges on.
Exactly, and then you'll get 3 challenges every turn.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting using the Iron Gate there to draw some cards.
So I think basically it feels like there's a lock.
Yeah, I think you've definitely got the lock on. And quite honestly, I don't really know how to get out of that. I mean, I think if I draw on a We Do Not Sow, I might have been tempted to do a challenge with Alanis, and just hope that you don't chump block it, and then try and play the We Do Not Sow on the hunting accident.
You got Defiance, that's funny.
You played Defiance, but I've got Hand's Judgment!
Oh.
And I get to draw a card. Do I remember? Did I draw
Yeah,
a card? Okay.
First thing you did.
Yeah. But I can do something! Oh, there you go.
Nightmares? No.
Well, it is nice, but...
Can't Nightmares Bob.
Yeah, he's a reaction to the standing phase starting. So it's like, if it was an action or reaction to the standing phase ending or something, that'd be fine, but it wasn't.
Wouldn't you just Nightmares the Red Keep so I don't get the draw? And you do get another card.
That's true.
That's an option.
Yeah. Oh, I had loads of Eurons in hand, not because I just didn't play them during marshalling, but because I got them with the Iron Gates.
Ah.
Just, FYI.
So, yeah, this is going to work out really nicely for me. Massive tempo jump.
Yeah, alright.
Nothing you don't want to tie Dom? Probably not. Well, but just do a military. Unopposed claim renown, you can win Dom.
I mean, you want me to have enough power to steal, right?
Do.
So you get to see the Red Keep. I'm really sad that Ash is an elf. That stealth would have been good.
Well,
actually no, stealth doesn't even matter because I've got fucking stealth.
No, another thing you could do is you could nightmare the Saltcliffe Sailor and then no one else will get stealth.
I don't think it matters when
Not
my
now,
cards are now anyway, right?
But I'm just saying that's a play you can do.
Yeah. Or maybe next round I'll nightmares the Red Keep or something. Look at this bloody jump of yours.
I'll stand on my characters. You can stand your Isle of Ravens.
Thanks, hun. What's this card?
Unbridled Generosity.
Oh, that one.
I've got too many cards in hand, so might as well spend it.
Fair enough.
Let's sprinkle some gold around.
I love that you've just got like so much gold on your characters. And you barely have any gold in your little gold pool, so you just start stealing mine, don't you, after this?
Spoiler, if you can play this deck, you're going to need more coins.
Yeah. Oh, I think I finally chucked Raiding the Bay of Ice. I was like, this isn't doing anything. I have no warships. I'm pretty sure I now draw a warship as well.
I seem to remember that actually being the case, yeah.
Yeah. What we're going for plots? I have no idea what plot I would play.
Saving the Kingdom, I think I play. I do. You play City of Secrets. So you both get to draw 2 cards. Lovely.
By Saving the Kingdom, did you mean Palace of Sorrows?
Yeah, what do Oh yeah. I'm telling you my secret tactic now.
Yeah, I played Secrets because I was like, maybe I'll draw some chuds that I can put out. But I was very sad that you've got a city plot, so you're just like, thanks for the cards.
Cheers, love.
And then we both draw another.
Oh, I've stopped showing the camera my draw.
You have.
What a douchebag.
God, why'd I even marry you?
I know, I'm the biggest D-bag going.
Oh, and I'm first player, so I can Kraken's Grasp you.
Oh yeah.
If I've got a character standing.
You do have a character standing.
At the moment. You've probably got another Shadow Priestess or something, haven't you? Or a Saving the Kingdom or something.
Probably a Saving the Kingdom, because there is 3 in the deck.
Great. Well, we've discarded one of them. I pillaged one.
Did you now?
Yeah, I remember seeing it a few turns back.
You little pillager.
Yay!
You too.
Look at you pointing it out as well. You little shit.
I was like, didn't you just... You did. I'm stealing your gold.
Oh, there you go. My broken egg tokens. Oh, here you go. You're going to show us the hand now. Another hunting accident.
Alistair Florent, Priestess, Bannerman, Saving the Kingdom, Lay Waste, and the Stony Shore Raider. Oh, I've got so many options.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
I can't see me losing this.
I've got a murmur.
Meow, meow, meow.
A murmur. Wow, if I played out that... Oh dear.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, I think the other card in my hand, I think I got another Euron dupe. Oh, I know I didn't play the Euron dupe because I was thinking, if your last plot is Valar-D and I can just about hold out, then maybe your Valar-D and I can play out a standing Euron.
Spoiler, she would not hold out.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like there's only like 5 minutes left.
5 minutes? I don't think there's even 5 minutes left.
Shut up. I tried, alright?
Yes, you did.
I don't think I fucked up that badly. I think I only had one turn where maybe you drew 2 cards that you probably shouldn't have drawn.
Alright, real talk now. Bara and Nil decks are generally quite good against Greyjoys. Because Greyjoy don't have any natural stand effect without winning challenges.
You're a dick! You Shadow Priestess my Alanis and then saving the kingdom my Murmur.
Yeah.
I am so fucked. Sorry, go on.
3 unopposed and 3 renowned on the board.
Yeah. Well, you say 3, I'm going to get you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to nightmares you, Bob. What you can do about it.
Still win.
He's not got renown anymore, so nah.
Got stealth though.
Shut up. He doesn't need stealth. There's no one standing. Yeah, this was a sad game. At least I made a good comeback in the last game.
I mean, when I saw I was playing a Bara... Thanks.
You're welcome. I have to gold hound your fickle bannerman. Oh, I should have drawn an extra card then, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I have drawn 2?
Yes.
I think I only drew 1.
Wow, dog. What? Yeah, so...
Go on.
Yeah, when I saw this with the Bara Nil deck against Greyjoy deck, I had a feeling that I should do okay. Because I think the matchup in general, Bara Nil, Greyjoy is a favourable one.
Yeah.
As long as they don't steal your red keep or important locations early with Euron. Yeah, last remaining plot, close call and fourth march. No reset, I'm afraid, so you're holding out for nothing.
I know, I was like, I'll try and hold out. No point, mate, no point.
Yeah,
Should we look for the pros and cons, though?
Yeah, let's do pros and cons.
Alright, we'll do that now. So looking at the Bara Kraken deck first then, I think we really quite like this one, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it's a good deck.
Yeah, we were trying to think about stuff that we didn't like or things that we changed, and I don't think there's that much that we weren't sure about. We did sort of say maybe like there isn't really a proper reset, so it could be an issue depending on how the game's going.
Yeah, imagine if your Prince Who Came Too Late got hit with barring the gate and you couldn't get your Robert out, then you know the big board could be an issue.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how you'd compete against, say, Stark Crossing with all the Chuds and lots of renown and Dacey and.
Might struggle, as we say. And also, if Bob is dead or stolen, like in Night's Watch deck or something, then there's no like obvious alternate target for Prince That Came Too Late. I guess you just grab the next biggest character, but there's not really anything that sort of jumps out and makes me think, yes, I want this one.
Ah, Axel Flaunt.
Yeah. Events, again, pretty much fine. Not 100% sure on Lay Waste. We've got Bob and Mew Mew to control locations if needed. Although you did then make the point that this also works on attachments, so there's annoying attachments that have come into play. They do sort of...
Yeah, you can get rid of the milk on your barb or something with a Lay Waste.
Yeah, so we're just not entirely sure, but probably all right.
I think maybe Adamo is one step ahead of us.
Probably.
In his thinking.
But yeah, things that we did like though, we loved the bestow mechanic and the control. Well, to play it, not to be played against. That wasn't as fun, not having a single standing character out of 6. There's loads of really nice interactions. Getting that Salt Cliff Sailor bestowed, and then you can just spread all that gold around. There's characters that already have gold on them anyway, so the Salt Cliff Sailors work really nicely in with those. Even if you don't have the Salt Cliff Sailor out, being able to play Unbridled Generosity and sort of, bump up your begging brothers or your fickle bannermen if they're looking close to getting stolen. There's loads of nice sort of, bestow mechanics that sort of really nicely interact. Do you want to run us through the control side of things?
Yeah. So, there's a lot of Neil in the deck. You got Robert keeping characters down, Axel Flaunt, saving the kingdom, along with the plot force march as well. Pre-test, hunting Athen. Basically everything that I've just read out that you can all see as well is good for control.
Thanks, Simon. Do you want to talk around it at all, or you good?
Probably not right now.
Okay. I think one other thing I'd point out with the control side of things is things like Palace of Sorrows with the Saving the Kingdom is nice as well, because if you've been struggling to get those bigger characters now, you can use that combination to get the big ones now and then use your Bob to stop them standing. So yeah, nice interactions with those.
generally gives you 2 rounds of breathing room.
Yeah. And I mean that leading on to the plots, like you were saying that the plots are really nice in how they sort of flow naturally between each other. So there's like a kind of almost like a natural progression in the plots, wasn't there?
Yeah, I feel like I like plot decks that kind of tell a story in some ways. So you got At the Gates, Prince, Here to Serve, and then your board should really be stable at that point. You can play Sorrows and Forced March. And then you've got the Close Call in case it all goes wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if Bob was to die, that'd be a bit sad, especially if you'd not played your Prince yet. But as you say, you've got the Close Call in case you do want to go and do anything with that. And then we also liked the fact that you've got, I mean, it's only a one-off Blackwater Bay, but it's nice having that interaction with Bob and Forced March as like a backup in case, for whatever reason, your Red Keep isn't being able to trigger.
I guess it works also for the Red Keep, Bob and Forced March. Nail out your opponent's icon.
Yeah, that
help
helps
to
with
easily
that.
control the board, and you get your draw better.
Is there anything else you want to say about this deck? Should we move on to the Greyjoy deck?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, let's have a look at that then. So I think we kind of decided that with this deck, as a whole, it's fine. The idea is fine. You know, there's lots of things that work nicely together. We liked that there was some thought that went into the setup. So you've got like 6 1-costers in the characters to help you get extra cards for setup, and that obviously means you get to draw more cards because with a 75 card deck you need to draw more. There's loads of nice card draw in the deck as well, mostly Alanis and Asher, but there are things like the Iron Gates,
The agenda
itself, yeah. And then there's a little bit of drawing the plots as well that help out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, and there's lots of economy as well. So you won't be in a position where you've got loads of cards you can't afford, unless you're extremely unlucky and you don't draw any of those 15 economy cards.
Yeah, I mean, I think with regards to the economy, if anything, we would say there's probably slightly too much. We were discussing that maybe you could lose the refurbished Hulks and the Raiding the Bay of Ice. The Raiding the Bay of Ice has only got 3 targets in the whole deck. So maybe losing that and the refurbished Hulks. We also thought losing the Isle of Ravens because it's not really any way to guarantee, apart from like if you've got Asher, there's not really a good way of getting stuff back targeted. So we felt like we could get rid of those and would maybe like a couple of extra characters and events instead of these.
Yeah, you could probably replace at least one economy with Gates of the Moon, so you've got a target for your At the Gate that isn't just an Iron Gate. That's
a very good point. We did feel that the plots didn't work quite so well. So for example, we discussed it in the game, like City of Secrets. So many decks at the moment open without the gates. So your City of Secrets, you're basically just getting both players to draw 2 cards. Why not just play a different kind of draw plot? You know, I don't feel like it's the best idea in the current kind of gaming climate.
Or you could play a City Besieged.
Yeah. So it says in there, one of the plots that we thought maybe was City Besieged. It's got nice initiative to help you with any of those sort of go first events and things. And it's 2 claim as well, so it puts a bit of pressure on your opponent's board. Rationing. Again, like there's a few sort of reactions in the deck that are getting turned off with the rationing. So we feel like maybe swapping out that rationing for something like Bar on the Gates or maybe Prince That Came Too Late would be nice. There's not so many Sea of Blood decks around at the moment. And Rain isn't that popular, so there's not as many sort of reactions to winning in the current gaming climate, I think, that I've seen anyway. And also Win or You Die. I mean, you're drawing so many cards. Playing Win or Die and having to discard your hand is just like kind of devastating.
I mean, you'd hate to draw 4 cards on your Win or You Die turn and then 3 of them be events, and you're like, well, I'm going to play them and
draw more
not
cards.
Trigger my agenda.
Yeah, so we feel like these plots could be sort of maybe swapped around a little bit. As we mentioned, so Raining the Bay of Ice, there's only 3 targets for this. So we had a little look at other events that you might want to include. So Tears, I mean, you've got ways of triggering it with Asher having stealth. Superior Claim, got a nice amount of power icons in this deck. Again, should be pretty straightforward to pull off. And why wouldn't you want 2 power and a card for playing it? Healing expertise. There's actually 6 maces in the deck, so you've actually got a better chance of using that than you do of using the Raiding the Bay of Ice. And Quiet as a Shadow has 9 targets in the deck.
Yeah, I thought that was the banter option.
Something a little bit different, right?
I mean, it's 0 cost.
Yeah, gets you a card.
It gives a Chud, a unique Chud stealth and draw a card. Seems good.
Yeah. And then with regards to characters, as we mentioned during the game, like the Botley crew don't feel like they quite fit in the whole theme of the deck. So Augment Reavers might be nice. They're a Bicon. They've also got the Pillage, so they help out with Asher and possibly Gold as well. So it just feels like they might be a slightly better fit to go into the deck.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you might want to add at all, Richard?
No, let's wrap this up.
Okay, so that was game 2 of bracket 1. We'll try and get game 3 out as soon as we can. We hope that you're enjoying the series. If you've got any comments, feel free to stick them on the video, stick them on the Facebook. Love to hear from you. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/The White Walkers. And thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.